apparently it's just me and Fuzzy that are working. The rest of you are all shit and don't know how to
Wait.
computer.
You
I can
guys
see
can't
Darty.
see me.
No, we can't see you.
Well, it's definitely your fault. Like, whatever.
It's my fault. Okay. If you have been using your webcam in any other software, it will not connect. You need to close the other software and then turn your camera on and off.
Well, why is everyone playing up all at the same time?
Well, me and Fuzzy are fine. Like, I don't know what you guys... Are you guys webcam girls?
You can see me, right?
No,
I can see you.
I can't
I
see
can
you.
see.
Yeah,
Oh, I
the
can
Bondi.
see the Bondi. All I can see is now the Bondi, me,
Okay.
and Fuzzy.
So I just had to click turn off camera and then turn on camera in Discord, and then it started working.
No, it worked.
You try it, Darty. Yeah, it worked. There you are, Darty. Hi, Darty.
I could see Darty before though.
Yeah, same.
Ah, so it's just apples. I had to fix it for just him.
That's weird.
No, he just didn't want to see you.
It's not true.
You back to Starcadia, Daddy?
Yes. Yes, I have. It actually looks really good.
Yeah, I got it too. Did you get the expansion?
Yes. It's
Giant
pirates.
shark.
How can I have space pirates? How can you not? And the boss is called Wet Willy. It's the best thing ever. He's a squid band apples, and he's the boss. And he's called Wet Willy. He leads a band of pirates across space.
Kind of like a space steampunk version of Davy Jones in
I
Pirates of the
might have
Caribbean.
tuned out, but I have no idea what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Starcadia Quest
I'll
is
link
on
it.
Kickstarter at the moment. So it's the next Arcadia Quest sort of thing. It looks good. You got 2 heroes instead of 3. The levels and scenarios are randomized, and setup and pack up is a lot faster.
What's roll 20?
It is an online D&D tool. Its best
We can
part,
use it.
yes.
Okay.
Its most powerful part is maps.
Okay.
So can you guys see my page? So you guys are all on the starting page, yeah?
I'm still
I
creating.
assume so.
Yeah.
There's just a blank grid that we drew lots of penises on.
So can you see a blue page icon in the top right? I see page toolbar. No?
Sorry, blue age. So I've got Berein and the Council of Midnight. It says launch game. So I guess
Yeah.
I'll push that. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. And now there's a little map. Oh, it's loading. Ooh.
So
This
you
is
should have like a
interesting.
white grid. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
the top right of the white grid, do you see a page toolbar icon?
No.
Top right of the grid. Top right, I see
Ah,
like a zoom,
no, there we
and
go.
there's like a big.
I figured out how to do it. You should have gone to a new page.
Oh, why is there all the blackness?
Zoom out a little bit because there is fog.
Oh my god!
I'm playing at about 80% zoom at the moment.
Is there
So-
a way to move the map around without... Oh, right click. Ah,
So, seeing as all fog, there's like that little bit of edge, so it's like someone sort of walked right around the map.
No, that's just to sort of help me know where the barriers or the edges of the map are.
what's down the bottom?
A whole lot of nothingness.
I roll a 20 to uncover the fog.
No! Persuade the fog to go away.
Ooh, Darty, I persuade the fog to go away.
Critical failure.
6 plus 7, I get 15. Wait, is that right? No, 13. No, yeah, 13. Why can't I move my dude?
Now this is something that I need to figure out. So now that you're all in the game, I need to figure out how to give you guys characters. It makes funky sounds. So you guys, yeah, can obviously see you guys. Controlled by. Alright, so there we go. So, one, save.
There. I should be able to see around the corner now. What are the colors for?
I'm not sure. You can use them as
Oh,
like,
they're symbols.
yeah, you can use them for markers and stuff.
Alright. Oh, look, there's a stealth one. So you can be all like, oh, ooh, there's a cross. I thought the cross would close the window. But look, I'm stealthing.
Now I can still see you.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that there's actually like concentration and such symbols as well. Is there one for concentration? No, not that I can see.
Oh, so
Oh,
there's a
there's more.
ruler so we can see how far things are. If you
Yes.
click on the little ruler thing.
So each square is about 5 feet. So this should hopefully help me with you guys. Now, I'd like to do the majority of the campaign this way, but it's a lot more work, as you could imagine. So I think having the visual part of it now is very important.
I'd say for the combats it'd be good.
Yeah.
Or the
Especially
bits where
for
we
the
have to
combat.
go kill him. But when we're just traveling down a long dark tunnel with nothing in it. So we'll know shit's about to go bad when you give us a map.
It'd be like that 1 in a million random map in Diablo 3.
You can
that
do
was
an
just
X to say that they're dead. That's cool.
How do I stop my little dude snapping?
It's snap
Or
to
is that
grid.
not possible?
So it is. So you'll move in 5 foot movements.
Oh, but I want to like less.
So I think I can maybe turn off snapping, but it's so much easier because you got 5 foot melee range and all that sort of stuff to be in on there.
Can we have more than one person in that?
I'm not sure.
Yes, we
Technically, you
can.
sort probably shouldn't. If a space is occupied, it's occupied. But
You're in the walls? That's wall hacking.
I got no clip pictures. Look, I'm
Your
in the
dude
fuck.
looks like a fatty. He just looks like a fat man from above.
Wait, why am I a ranger? Oh my god. Thought I said I'm
there's not many free choices in terms of symbols. For instance, I had to go into the pirate section and find a noble for apples. And Fuzzy's
Don't give me
orc
a
is
big
just an orc warrior. Sorry?
Don't give him a big head. Yeah, the noble.
Alrighty, let's do this, bitches.
Hold on a sec. Let me just bring up some stuff. Righto. So, last week, you guys entered the hidden passage in the Let Go Manor, and you carefully led your way down below. Well, not so carefully, because you tended to set off a few dart traps and gas traps. However, you made your way through, and as you got towards the bottom, you discovered, a semi-large cave chamber where there were imprisoned townsfolk were being kept in some iron cages. However, quickly you dispatched the 2 guards, sending their bodies flying into the river.
Hold up. I think a little bit more like phrase needs to be put on that than quickly. Like, be expert.
Yeah, it was just a single surprise round. You guys just completely smashed them, absolutely obliterated them, and they did not retaliate whatsoever. Now, after dispatching the 2 guards, you also noticed that there was a couple of townsfolk in the cages, and to which you found out that this was Berein Battlehammer and Betha Marivaldi, as well as an interesting orc called Chug. Forrest agreed. After releasing all the captives, Forrest agreed to leave and escort the captives back to town, and Chug joined the group, eager to set justice upon the cult. Dodrick searched around the cave and found an entry to a large cavern where several hooded figures were grouped in a circle. However, a magical barrier prevented Dodrick from getting a closer look. You guys decided to then dive within the interior river in the cave and search for another way into that cavern. And you've just emerged from that river, and you are now sitting on a small bank.
I don't like orcs.
Yeah, I'm still
Remember that
fishing
forest
about
guy we
this
had?
Chug guy.
Yeah,
Make sure I'm behind him at all times.
damn straight.
Stab him with crit.
Yeah, I healed you.
Daddy, I prepare a crit.
No. Alright, so where you guys are, you're now situated on the edge of the river. It's quite a low hanging cavern. You could reach up and touch the ceiling. There's several stalagmites coming from the ceiling, and a few coming from the floor as well. The river is flowing rather quickly. However, you can see that the bank curves off into a small cave opening towards the right.
I want to go to a cave opening.
Alright, so as you
I follow.
make your way forward, you do notice that there is, glistening out of the water, and very shallow and very obvious, there's actually a couple of swords and a couple of daggers. Just discarded weaponry just sitting there.
Do they look shiny?
I investigate them.
So,
They look like a +1 sword?
hey, no, they do not look like a plus
don't
one
need
sword.
a +1 sword.
Oh, I don't want them then.
They're well made. They're nothing exquisite, but they would serve each weapon's purpose. They're not crude or damaged in any way, and they look like they've just sort of been discarded there quite recently, as the water hasn't begun to corrode or to colour the metal.
It's evidence. One, go get him. Get him out of the
I
water.
said I investigate them. I don't want them. Unless, do I notice any of them being particularly better than the others?
No, for all intensive purposes, it's just a dagger, and it would service you just as well as the other previous ones.
I don't want that shit. You need a bag of daggers. We've seen what you're like with fucking daggers.
Alright, fine. I jump in and try to grab them.
Yeah, you don't
All
need
of
to
them.
jump in. They're just sitting there on the bank within arm's reach.
I jump in.
There'll be a fucking kraken. You watch it. There's a fucking kraken.
Blondie goes for a spin.
I'm in the water.
Dodrick goes
So
for a
I
spin.
get... What do I get?
Can you roll an athletics check for me, please?
You're gonna die.
No, I'm not. Shut up, one. Okay. 12.
12. So when you jump in, you can actually feel that there's quite a heavy undercurrent. However, you're able to keep yourself swimming.
Oh, shit.
It's an effort to keep you where you are, but you can swim against the current should you need.
Excellent. It's kind of a tough halfling. Tough. Unlike one and this half-orc rabble. Alright,
Cool.
I jump out of the water. And I have my stuff. I have a dagger. And I have, what, 2 short swords, was it?
There's 2 short swords there as well. Yep.
Whereabouts
Excellent.
on the map? Are we in the right positions?
Yeah, you basically are. Yep.
Can we see down this little pathway a little bit, like as we move forwards? Oh shit, guys! I can see somebody.
Does Pug have weapons?
I do not.
Look at all those
Alright.
bodies, guys.
Let's
I can see some
protect Chug because he
bodies.
can't have any weapons. He can use his fists and touch people.
Yeah, he's not allowed weapons yet. We don't trust him.
What would you like, Chug?
Whatever we'll do.
You can have a dagger.
Yeah, that'll do for the moment.
Nah, I lied. You can have a short sword. I'm keeping the dagger.
Alright.
Have a short sword. You jerk.
So, yeah, as you get towards that cave entrance, you can sort of see your way through. The opening into this particular cave is relatively tight. You would need to go through one at a time. And you're seeing what Dodrick communicated to you before, which was the hooded figures around a circle, and that there was some sort of person in the center. Now, for terms of the map, I wanted to convey that this is a bit of a ritual. It's not glowing as the map would depict, but just the artwork, that was the only option that I have. The four characters are sort of chanting or humming now. You can hear from the closest character a faint hum. There is a crystal next to the figure on the ground in the center of the cavern, which is also glowing. And you can see magical energies coming out or flowing out of each of the ritualists, and all going into the crystal. And then also the person who is laying on the floor, you can see is glowing, and you can see magic flowing from them also into the crystal. The chanting is like Uri la story, and it's getting faster and faster and louder as you guys watch.
That sounds
It's not a
funny.
cult, it's a death metal band.
Yeah, we shouldn't interrupt their performance. Let's start a mosh.
So would there be enough room for us to say, I don't know, shoot one of the guys and fall back and let him chase? Like, is there enough room for us ranged people to shoot through and hit this guy up the front here?
Yes.
Do we want to do that? And then you two melee champions just pommel anything that makes it in?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah? Like, because it looks like, Dodrick, you can kind of hide behind that little lip there. And
I can sit in the
Hallie
water.
with no weapons. He can, yeah.
Or I can lip. Alright, fine. I'm here. I'm going to stab someone.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, left nut. Let's do this.
I'm ready.
I want to prepare my short bow thing to shoot at this guy closest to us.
Yep.
As soon as left nut shoots out a magical spell.
What if they're ranged?
Yeah.
Well, then we hide around the corner and they'll come in.
Yeah, we run. They chase
Yeah,
us.
they
That's
might-
the
they
whole
might
point.
keep
Lure
chanting.
'em in, and then we.
Yeah.
I'll do this, but only if you move in front. No, I don't want to be first.
Okay, I move in front there. All right, you ready? And we're gonna both aim at this little fella in front of us. I don't.
So you-
how can
so
I
you-
mark- I can draw.
You want to
So
ready
I'm
your
gonna shoot
bow.
at this guy.
Did you say you want to ready your bow and you want me to fire first?
Yeah, so I've got it ready, and as soon as I see a spark of magic come out of him, I'm just going to go ching and then bail.
Alright, shoot him. Do it.
The voice
Wait,
of my
don't
head
you
says
have
I'm
a
retarded
crossbow
player.
as well, of sorts? Debondi?
Me? I don't shoot crossbows, no.
I thought you had one.
He
Look.
throws daggers.
No, he
Look,
doesn't. He
mate.
drops them.
I just want to knife someone as they come around the corner, okay?
All right.
What do
We
want from
ready?
me?
Sure, let's give it a crack.
Set. You go first, because remember, mine's going to be your
All right.
reaction.
I would like to
So-
wind up an Eldritch Blast and aim it towards that guy.
Alright, roll attack.
Uh, 20, but not a natural 20.
Okay.
Should we have asked them if they're good first?
Nah, they're evil.
Like, what if this person's got the plague and they're trying to cure it?
Well, this is your plan.
You've already decided?
at the end, we just don't kill the last guy. We question him.
Alright.
Cool. So as you you wind up the magic and you fire off an Eldritch Blast, and as you fire it off, the cultist that you're aiming at, his arms just go whack and clap to the top. And as he does, he lets like a loud shout, and the magical energies coming out of him just become much more violent, and you just see this shockwave energy, not towards you guys, but fires forward towards the character in the center. Yeah, you watch at the same time as your Eldritch Blast moves forward and impacts with the cultist. Can you roll damage, please?
12.
12. So the Eldritch Blast, it hits the cultist, and the force from the blast knocks him over, and he actually, no, I need that, and he's sent forward 15 feet from the shock of the blast. He lands face first onto the ground and collapses. You almost like send him into his own magical energies, and they sort of just as he pushes through them or flies through them, they, like a wind, you can just see them enveloping, but the energies continue to go towards the center. As this happens, the cultist on the left also claps his hands up into the air, and the magical energies from him again violently pulse forward towards the two characters now in the center. And again, the far character in circle smacks his hands up, and the loud bang, his energies spark forward. And once again, you watch the one on the bottom there. He claps up, and then he throws his hands down to the side, and all the energies caress into the center. And you can just see they all come towards, but then they start spinning, and it gets really quite violent and rapid. And you just see all of this energy just spinning hundreds upon hundreds of times a minute, and you just see this red circle begin to just grow bigger and bigger. The character in the center on the floor, the energy is no longer coming out of that person, and the crystal that's on the center has arced and is sort of empowered this magical sort of circle under the center. The crystal shatters and the circle grows very, very large, probably about 6 foot wide. And what you see is that you're actually staring into a red other world. And so the world is fire and flame, and it's just rock and barren like a desert. You drew a cross on my person.
He did. Was that? Control Z word.
As you send the cultist careening forward onto his face, the other three look over to you after they've done what they've just done, and the first one just screams, "Intruders! You can't stop us! You're too late!" And as they do, a very large, fiery figure, 4 legs, leaps through the portal. It's on fire, burning.
Shit.
And what you see is you're actually staring at a hellhound. This fiery demon dog.
It's a dog.
I laugh back, and with my bonus action, I fire Eldritch Blast at the demon dog.
I'll get you all to roll initiation.
I'm still attacking.
Don't I get my reaction?
Well, you've fired yours as well, but the cultist that you've hit is he's not moving. For all intents and purposes, you think that he's deceased.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know
bitch,
what that leads
get
to.
out of the way. Well, I got a 16.
I got
I got a 1.
I got 19 because I've got -1.
Yeah, I got a 1 plus 3, so 4. I don't know.
Wait, don't you get a natural 20? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I got a natural 20. I did not want a 20.
Buffers. I'll take blessing.
Oh. Right, sorry. I was just doing some roll 20 stuff.
That's the biggest, most badass fucking hellhound I've ever seen.
It's a wolf.
Can we tame him?
Oh, I can speak to animals. I can ask him to join us.
Is it an animal? Or is it some sort of demon?
It is. Can I get you to roll Arcana check? Please.
Who?
Dodrick.
Oh god.
I think
Wait,
Arcana,
I'm a trickster. I know shit.
I think Arcana's right for this. Sorry, Initiation's well, it does that.
18
For Arcana?
Yeah. And for initiation, I got 18 as well before.
Cool. So you recognize this particular, or you recognize hellhounds as being a medium-sized fiend. You know that they are loyal to their master, and they incorporate, or they have quite a deadly fire breath as well. Having
Good
read
thinking
about
on
them
the choke
in
point.
past.
It's got fire breath, guys.
Are they also known as beasts?
No, they are a fiend.
Oh, I can't talk to it then. What can I do to fiends?
You also know that they're intelligent. Dodrick?
We can
They're intelligent, guys. Right. So, does it look like it's going to attack us? Does it look a bit aggressive?
Oh, yes. Sorry,
okay.
initiations.
Yep.
The Bondi got 18. I got 4. That's all I can remember.
I got 19.
I got 16. But you got a natural 20. It still counts. It doesn't matter if you've got a minus.
I think it's different
No,
with initiation, isn't it?
Initiation, there's no criticals. So, or
a
bonuses.
critical.
So if you roll a 20, you still apply your negative value if you have it. What did you get,
Trust.
Lefner?
16.
16. You guys roll good. Oh, except for 1.
New dice.
So I reckon we should try and throw this thing into the water and keep it in there because it might struggle with its fire breath if it's in water.
I'm gonna go with the whole. But there's a big rip, remember? So if we jump in it, we'll be fucked.
Yeah.
I didn't say we'll jump in. We'll just throw that in.
I can command the dog
So
to do
we're
shit.
just gonna bail around the corner then and force it to come at us.
Yeah, I think so.
We
And who's
bailed
got the best strength?
I have 16.
What's your plus to strength?
3.
Plus 3. It's pretty good.
So maybe I could grapple it in when it gets closer.
Do you have any armor?
I've got no armor, but I can command it.
You can't command it. It's not a beast.
I can give you
as in,
mage armor.
it's just a spell. I've got a spell command and I can make it flee
Right.
or come
What's the
closer.
saving throw for that?
I can also give you magic armor, by the way.
Wisdom 12.
It has advantage on wisdom saving throws.
No.
Oh, are you looking it up?
I might have googled it before.
Just tapping into that arcane knowledge.
That's right. Yeah.
Start doing that, and I'll start changing them.
Echo of Medivh.
Damn it. Yeah, cool. So whose turn is it?
Mine, is it?
It's actually the hellhounds.
Well, we're fucking dead.
Can I have my extra action? I kind of blew the fuck out of someone and I want to go again.
Saying that in the wrong channel.
Does anyone have like a spell that can like entangle, like hold something in place, prevent it from moving?
I believe so.
So the Hellhound, having leapt through the portal, is just standing there on all fours and just sort of watching, and just getting a keen sense of its new surroundings. It hasn't quite identified you guys as the initial threat, and is also looking at the cultists, which are a bit closer.
Oh, maybe it doesn't know who its master is.
Oh,
Lefner, pretend you're its master. You're a wizardy. You're a warlock.
I got
You're
red
like
hands
right
though,
on
he'll
cue.
see right through me.
Nah,
Worst case, you're a doggy
I reckon
treat.
you got this. How's your charisma?
Yeah, Charisma's pretty good. But,
I want you to go tame it.
We got old Crankers going first, so...
Yeah, so the
You
Hellhound,
could-
it's just sort of, it's circling around these areas just here, and it just sort of growls and snuffs and sort of shakes its head violently as it does. The flames on its back, on its tail, and around its spiked collar just engulf in flames and just shoot up in a small burst. Sparks catling up towards the roof of the cavern. Chug, it is your turn.
Okay. Do we still want to try and bait him through?
Flame Breath attack kind of scares me with the choke we're in. I think we might be able to, if we can do something to the cultists, you might see them as a threat.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe some sort of illusion.
How far is it between us and the furthest cult?
You should be able to get your little arrow.
There's
that
a
you see.
ruler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
75.
I like
He
this.
needs to be 60.
Which little arrow?
The one under
The
the
ruler.
magnifying glass, if you click on that, you can then like drag and see distances to everything.
I want to cast command on one of them, but I kind of want to save it for the wolf. Because I can use command to cast flee or approach, but they're kind of in the wrong angle of the wolf. And I don't have my singy thing, my signet. Alright, I'm just going to cast Ensnaring Strike. Hang on, stupid. So I'll cast Ensnaring Strike on myself, which lasts a minute. The next time you hit a creature with a weapon or attack before the spell ends, a withering mass of thorny vines appears at the point of impact, and the target must succeed a strength saving throw or be restrained by the magical vines until the spell ends. A large creature has advantage on saving throw. If the target succeeds on the save, the vines are shriveled away. While restrained the spell, the target takes 1d6 piercing damage at the start of each turn. The creature restrained by the veins, or one that can touch the creature, can use its action to strengthen check against and save your DC on a successful target spell. So I do that on my short sword. And then I think it's best that I stay where I am. Actually, I'll just take like a ready up action. Oh no, I can't. I've cut spell.
Cool. So, Chug, yeah, you empower your blade and get ready for the combat that's about to happen. Doderick, it's your turn.
All right. Yeah. Oh yeah, the wolf's in the center. Last I saw, the wolf just billowed flame up into the roof, right? And it's just looking around, yeah?
Yep.
Right. What are the cultists doing? Anything?
They've got their attention on the wolf and are focusing on that. The one to the north is sort of looking towards you. All three of them, however, are aware of your presence, but they are just focused on the new pet.
Right. I'm gonna like casually start to like walk out with a fast stride towards the wolf or the hound, and I'm gonna be smiling at it and being like, "Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?" and sort of then look at the cultists around me as if like they're bad, and I want to like point at them. So I want to like try and get the hound's attention, and then like point at the cultists as if they're bad.
None of us had any food.
I do have some salami.
We've got a halfling doggy treat.
What about something magical? I don't know. What does a hellhound want?
Okay, so that's what you're doing. You're trying to speak to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be friendly to it, you know, and sort of gain its trust. And smile at
As
it.
you speak to it, you do get its attention. It looks at you, but it just continues to snarl and it goes, "Ruff," and then the fire just again erupts from behind it.
I want to like not flinch at all, just completely like feel comfortable and
Roll to not
continue
flinch.
my walking towards it as if nothing's wrong. Not scared.
Okay. Lefner, it is your turn.
Alright, just since Chug is so new, I just want to ask, you're currently unarmored, but do you have bonuses from being unarmored?
No.
Okay.
Chug has bonus when he is armored.
Okay. Then I am going to... Hang on. How far is this? Okay. Is this still line of sight of this dude?
Sorry, show me again. Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay. So on the north dude, I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers. There's a 60 feet cast range, so I'm good. In attempt to make him laugh, scream and run away to be a kind of a distraction for the dog. But anyway, I cast Dissonant Whispers.
All right. Do I need to roll a save, or is that a roll to hit?
Yes. It's a wisdom save.
He fails.
Okay, so 4d6 is the damage?
Why do you get 4d6? This is bullshit.
Because
Or
I'm
you
now
cast
level
it at
3.
second level. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you had advantage, Daddy.
Hey, does he have advantage? Sorry.
On wisdom saves, is it a hellhound or?
No,
was the
I'm doing the cultist.
Oh, sorry.
I'm turning into him. I'm trying to turn him into a nice juicy dog treat.
Yeah, no,
Oh, okay.
that's different, Devonni. If you're looking at the sheet, it's perception checks, not wisdom saves.
So I got 10 damage. So it was actually 3 2s and a 4.
I like so.
Yeah. So
You go.
and he runs away from me.
All right.
He must immediately use its reaction if able to move as far as possible as speed follows away from me.
So you focus on this cultist and you just let out he just immediately reacts, sort of stops, pauses, and in shock just sort of grabs his head. He starts to sort of shake and try and get this voice out of his head, and he just turns and He's clearly really struggling, and he just turns and runs up against the wall here, and just starts panicking. He's banging against the wall and just banging and banging, and he's like incredibly violent with his flailing up against the wall, and you struggle to see because it's so far away, but you think what you see is blood coming out of his hands as he's just bashing it. He can just continues to hit the wall and hit it and hit it, and eventually he just falls down exhausted against the wall.
Alright, and with my bonus action, I'll cast Mage Armor, touching Chug, so that his AC becomes plus 13 plus its Dex modifier.
Okay.
And that lasts for 8 hours.
Nice. So his Dex, it becomes 13? Is that what it's...
No. His base AC becomes 13. So what's your base AC at the moment, Fuzzy?
9.
So it goes up to 13 and
9.
gets plus.
He actually gets a -1, so it comes down to
The
12. Yeah.
But does that count as armored for his benefits?
I'm not sure. What does the spell say?
So you touch a willing creature who isn't wearing armor. So I hope you're willing.
Yep.
Touch the appellant. And a protective magical force surrounds it until the spell ends, which is 8 hours.
So he
the
now
target's base
counts as
8.
armored. Yep. Because the spell, it says that he dons the armor. So I would expect that it counts as being armored.
The spell ends if the target dons armor or if you dismiss the spell as an action.
Yep. Cool. The cultists, the one at the far end, just sort of, he's stopping and he's just watching very calmly. Like he doesn't seem dissuaded or fearful at all, seeing what looks to be two of his brethren being dispatched so quickly. He's just focusing on the hellhound and just watching it. The one, however, at the bottom, he sort of looks towards you guys and smiles, and then says "Ziaf hafa piwizah," and then the hellhound stops and looks at him, and he says "Gizwabi alzwatwa," and then the hellhound charges towards Dodric. Do any of you guys speak Infernal?
I speak common. Actually, I do speak Infernal.
Infernal? Cool. So you heard those voices, and what was said was, "I am your master, and get those intruders." And the hellhound is just left.
Why didn't you say that before?
I didn't know he speaks
What's
Infernal.
wrong with you?
I did the check. If you told me at the check that he speaks Infernal, I would have said, hey, these guys called your mum gay, and then we would have been fine.
Well, speak to the thing now, goddammit.
When it's my turn, we got 6 seconds of you being chomped on.
One. So the hellhound hasn't yet moved, but one, it is your turn.
All right. If that's the case, so we can. Are we all safe to assume, guys, that we're now gonna go all out on this stupid motherfucker?
Well, I think we have to, otherwise the other dude's going to command it to attack before we have a chance to tell it. The lieutenant can tell it.
If that's the turn ratio, I will go before the other dude can talk, but the dog will get an attack in.
I'm nervous about its breath because it says 15-degree radius, and we're all in that, and we're all dead.
Fan out.
So I'm gonna try something to get it away from us.
What was the change?
I cast Hideous Laughter. No, Dissonant Whispers, just like our little friend did before. I'll just do it as a level 1 spell though. So you've got to do a Wisdom save of 13, bruh.
Cool.
On that doggy dog woof woof.
Passes.
Yeah. So he still takes something.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, you only take half damage and doesn't have to move away. So what damage is it? It's
It'd be 3d6.
3d6.
Yeah.
$13.
Oh, nice.
But it's half
and-
that.
Half that, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we round down always in D&D. So it would be 6 damage.
How convenient. Okay.
And I back that up with a. How do I cast? They move the buttons. A vicious mockery. I call it. What can I mock it? I go, yeah, puppy, you little fucking faggot. Because I can't think of anything smart. And so that does wisdom saving throw again. Daddy, that's you.
Yep.
Wisdom saving throw.
14. Oh, hold on.
Fuck
Actually, I'll
off.
check modifiers first. Hold on. So wisdom saving. Yes. No, he has +1 on wisdom, so be 15.
Damn.
He's playing the town music.
Then
Yeah.
Nothing.
I thought that was pretty cool. Is it too loud? I can turn it down a bit.
That's alright.
So what happens? One?
Literally nothing.
Nothing else?
And I use my movement. Oh, I can't do it. To get just out of line of sight. So, is that enough? I moved down to here. So, yeah, I'm safe there. Yep.
Cool. So the Hellhound hurtles towards Dodrick, seeing as it's the closest target. He has, yeah, he can get there pretty easily, and he's going to bite you.
No.
Before you do it, I'm going to use my reaction. It's just my ability. I'm going to use one of my spell slots for cutting words to reduce the attack roll.
You need to be in line of sight for that, I would expect.
Ah, true. Smart. Yeah.
Fancy.
Cool. All right.
That's all right. So the dog he hurtles up towards you, Dodrick, and you just see, and you panic just for a second as this giant flaming wolf just charges towards you. However, its leap is predictable, and as it jumps towards you, you sort of grab a hold of yourself and you quickly just dart to the right, and it comes hurtling past and does not connect.
Stupid dog.
Chug, it's your turn.
Not quite. Chug can only move 30 feet. Well, Chug will move into the fight. How far can I get?
Yep, you can get. So you'll be just outside. Yep. So you're just outside of melee range there.
No! Alright. And for my action, what shall I do? Do I burn a command on the wolf now? You can do lots of things.
I reckon it'd be good to just ready an attack if it tries to come near the squishies.
Tell it to jump on my short swords.
It's only a one-word command.
Oh.
I can make it run away. I can make it drop.
Can you make it cower?
Can you make it supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?
No.
Make it roll
I meant-
over for a belly rub.
Grovel makes it drop prone.
Well, that would give it disadvantage. How long does it last?
1 turn.
As in 6 seconds?
Yep.
Ah.
So just for its action, I think.
Just for its action. So does that mean it doesn't... Does that mean when its action occurs next, then it will grovel, and then it will be prone for the next round? Is that what that means?
You speak a one-word command to a creature you can see within range. The target must succeed a wisdom saving throw or the following command on its next turn. The spell has no effect if the target is undead. If it doesn't understand your language, or if your command is directly harmful to it. Some typical commands and their effects below you might use the command to describe here if your GM determines how your target behaves. If the target can't follow the command, the spell ends. So it just says grovel, the target falls prone and then ends its turn.
It doesn't understand common.
Doesn't it?
Dodger?
Sorry, say again?
Does it understand common?
Well, you can tell him how to say grovel in Infernal.
When it's my turn. I don't know, that's up to the GM, I guess.
You got 6 seconds. You could ask Lefner a question.
I'll wait. I'll ready up.
Yeah, you would have to speak to one. That's what to Chug and explain what infernal is, or what the word is.
Oh, because he's a dumb orc.
Chugberry
Doesn't
speaks
understand.
And,
Chog.
Right. Dodric, I'll get you to roll Arcana again for me, please.
How dare you? I already know everything I need to know about a hellhound. Or...
Yeah, you've taught me I'm never actually going to speak the name of the monster, nor is the stats going to be exactly the same. I'll find two, mesh them together.
Yeah, you learn.
Yeah.
I rolled 9.
9. That's enough. You now recall after watching the cultist command the hellhound that you know that it does only understand infernal.
Understood.
Damn, couldn't intimidate it.
You could intimidate it with your muscles. You could flex. Body language, man. Whose turn is it?
Speak that.
It's yours.
It's mine.
Your turn.
Oh, we're all waiting for me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's
Am I within
still
5 feet of the hellhound?
Sorry, it's still Chug's turn. He hasn't decided what he's doing with his spell. Or did you just decide that you're gonna wait?
Readied.
You're just ready in action? Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna attack this hellhound now with the 2 short swords, and because I'm close range, I get my sneak attack. Fuck yeah.
Don't you only get that if you have advantage?
No. Yeah, but if I'm with... Oh no.
Is it-
If
within
someone
5
else is
yards
within
of a
5
red-
feet.
Yeah.
I'm within 5 feet.
Someone's
Of
within
you
5
or
feet
the-
of you, but it has to be within 5 feet of
Yeah,
your
you're right.
attacker. I'm pretty sure.
Sorry, I forget how to play. Whatever, fine. I attack it anyway with my short swords.
Roll 2 attack rolls.
Alright. The first one, I got something terrible. My attack is to hit. I got 8.
That's a miss.
And the next one, I got 23.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Yes. And the second one,
Is that a crit?
The cat doesn't like the gloves.
I think, did he drop? He's not moving for me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there he is.
He's back. What you get? Your net dropped or something.
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh jeez, I didn't even realize. I got 6 damage.
6 damage. Cool.
Yeah.
Because if you were just sitting there waiting for us to do whatever, which like your webcam
I
just totally
was.
froze.
I thought I told you, and
Nah.
you were just like pondering something. Like, I was
We're waiting. Cool. So you walk forward and engage the hellhound, and your main hand just strikes down towards it. The hellhound sort of leaps, and as you sort of recalibrate yourself, you drive your offhand. You come in low and stick your short sword a good couple of inches into its lower chest, and that you see that as you rip it out, just flames just sort of burst out from the hellhound. And you can see this sort of like molten blood just dripping, like red, orangey, yellow blood dripping out of underneath it. And as it lands onto the floor, it does that sort of, and those sparks and whatever shoot up as it cools down.
sounds like it might be valuable blood. Let's bottle it and sell it to someone. Has anyone got a bottle?
We got health potions. We can keep the bottles.
Left now.
I am almost naked.
What's a python? What's a pitten? Is that something?
We can fill my bagpipes.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, having your wooden and cloth bagpipes filled with molten blood sounds pretty good.
I'm not joking. We should bottle this thing's blood. A water skin. I can fill that. I can pour the water out and fill it with blood. Why are you laughing, James? It's not a joke.
You just don't know the infernals like I do.
Yeah, right. I'm going to bottle it. All right. And you guys should too. It's good stuff.
With your next turn, I start looking up the blood.
You might murder it first.
Left there, it's your turn.
Okay. I move in. So was that 1, 2, it's 15, 20, 25, 30?
Yep.
And I cast Eldritch Blast at this bastard who thinks he can command the dude. 14.
14. That's a hit. Roll damage.
I wasn't sure if it was 6 or 9. That's 9 damage in total.
9 damage. So you nimbly move into the cavern, and while you're on the run, you just send a casual Eldritch Blast towards the cultists there. However, he sees you move in, but sees the blast too late, and as he attempts to dodge it, it just sort of collects him right on the chest and sends him hurtling backwards. The force sending dust and small stones from the explosion of contact around it, and the cultist falls backwards. Oh no, what have I done? I'm clicking on the wrong thing. Whoops. He moves a good 5 feet backwards and falls over. Doesn't get up.
Is he? Do I think he's unconscious or dead? Or I'm not sure.
You're not sure? He could be either.
Okay. With my bonus action, I cast light on my staff and speak in Infernal, or attempt to persuade the dog by saying, "Avoid these false masters. I am your true master."
Oh, yeah, that's convincing. I believe that. Even I believe it. Are you evil? Jesus.
Roll persuasion, please.
I'm gonna gasp. Like, that was so convincing.
7.
The dog just stares at you. Yeah, you're not
Fuck
sure,
off.
You're not sure if you're heard or
You should
not.
have advantage on that. That was great.
That was good, but
I did kill his master, you know.
the hellhound has advantage against wisdom or perception. Oh, sorry. So perception, yeah, but
Persuasion.
yeah, persuasion as well. Oh, so it doesn't have advantage on persuasion, but anyway, you were rolling against his wisdom save, and he won. So.
Gross.
Well, the last cultist, he's sort of looking around, and he's seen now all 3 of them go. He wants to watch the hellhound. You can see he's intriguing, still cocky a little bit in his appearance. However, he's not stupid, and he attempts to make for the exit. and he uses his dash action to move well out of sight.
Joe.
Does he get hit by the barrier that we weren't allowed in?
No, the
Damn it.
barrier appears to be no longer there.
What a pansy.
One, it is your turn.
Alrighty. I get the student. I go 1, 2, 3, 4.
I should say at this point, the fiery circle in the center of the room is starting to shrink, and just as time goes on, it's just disappearing without the presence of the cultists.
Alright, so I get myself all up here.
Yep.
From here, am I able to see that cultist off the side? Like,
No, you are hiding behind a large rock there.
I'm on top of it. I can't move myself on top of it.
I would say you're hiding.
I go to there then.
Yeah. So yes, you can see. Which one do you want to see?
The one that ran away. Can I see, like, from this angle through the gap to where he went?
I'd say no, because he's only moved 40 feet there, so he's actually moved another 20 using his dash. So he's actually well and truly gone.
Hey, do we have dash? Is that a thing?
Yeah,
Or is
you
that
can, you can
an
use you can use your action to dash. So that means you can't attack, but yes, you can use your action to move an additional, or to double your
use
movement.
that and go double up on that next time.
I've got a plan to hit the thing, the hellhound.
Cool. I go round 2 on trying to make that fucker have the whispers. I burn another one. So wisdom saving, go. Gonna give it the fucking whispers in its face.
16.
Fuck off that thing. Alright. I then cast Bardic Inspiration on Dodric as my bonus action.
Okay. And you can use that on. Oh, Dodric's gone again. You can use that on any.
I'm back.
Oh, your video's gone.
No, it's not. It's back. See?
Okay.
Ah, that Mr. Green.
I don't know.
Cool. So Dodric, so the Bardic Inspiration is an extra D6, is it? On
Yeah,
any
1d6
save?
on any ability, attack, or saving throw.
Okay. Cool. So the Hellhound, seeing all you guys starting to come in, it takes a big, deep breath and exhales this monstrous cone of fire in front of everybody. Oh, sorry, with everybody in front of it. I am going to say it's a 15 feet, so it's 3 squares to the right and down, and so this area here is what's covered.
Great.
Now, you're behind cover, so I'm going to give you advantage on your save. Now you need to roll, all 3 of you, One, Dodric, and Chug, you need to roll a dexterity save.
I'm good at dexterity. I can do that.
I'm not so good.
You have Bardic Inspiration as well.
Yeah, I've got +4 on dex.
I'm not using Bardic Inspiration.
I got 13. Oh no. Yes.
I got 23.
I got 22.
Yeah.
So what was all of
Got
yours?
that.
I got 22.
23.
And Chug?
13.
You all
13.
pass. It's a good thing,
Yeah.
because you each take 10 hit points of fire damage, and that's half of it.
Why?
You seriously would have left me alone with this thing. Oh.
Why is
So,
that? I dodge it.
The hound exhales in a 15-foot cone. Each creature in the area must make a DC 12 dexterity saving throw, taking fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful save.
I'd be dead.
I think all of you would be dead.
I think we should run. That was bad.
No, fuck it. We can win. We can win. Yeah, that's exciting.
The Hellhound now it circles. Actually, no, it would have to. No, it will just say where it is.
It can take retaliation. Sorry, I think.
Chug, it is now your turn.
Okay. Chug, move in. Womp womp womp. Chug is going to attack with the short sword.
Okay.
And going for the Hellhound. 12.
That is a miss.
No! Fuck.
So you move in and you think you got him flanked. You do have a swing, but the hound senses is just able to dodge it and avoid your attack. Dodric, it is now your turn.
Great. Well, I'm gonna go all in since I'm really close. Guys, you might need to bring me back from the dead later. That's cool.
Chug will touch you up.
Thank you. So I'm gonna smack at it with my short swords, and this time I will have sneak attack because I've got friends super close. So for the first one, I got 9 to hit, but I've got bardic inspiration, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Which lets me roll 1d6.
Yes.
Yep.
However, I've already said that it's a miss.
Yeah, cool.
You got to sort of say it before.
Oh my god. And then I got 11.
Also a miss. So, with both your short
I'm
swords.
gonna run.
Hang on, so you have advantage on the attack though, don't you? Because there's now another ally nearby.
I think that gives me sneak attack, but not
With-
advantage.
I thought to get sneak attack, you had to have advantage.
No, to get sneak attack, you have to have advantage, or
Yeah,
you have to
but-
have an ally within 5 feet.
Oh,
You
or
do.
an ally. Hold on, let me just see flank rules. Because you have flanked him. And I believe flanking grants advantage. Sorry, which probably means that Chug can also
Chug?
use his. Yeah, okay. So flanking on squares, which is what we're using, and you guys are doing so. So you are on the on one side of each of your enemy, and that grants you advantage on that. So Chug,
Does that mean I
yeah,
would have advantage?
yes. So re-roll yours.
That's a 20.
That's a hit. Roll damage. Oh, natural 20?
No, 15.
Okay.
But in doing so, I'm going to also use Divine Smite. When you hit with a melee weapon attack, you can expend 1 spell slot to deal 2d8 extra radiant damage to the target.
Yep.
Plus 1d8 for every spell level higher than 1, max 5d, plus 1d8 against undead or fiends. He's a fiend, is he not?
Holy moly. Alright, yes, he certainly is a fiend.
Fuck him up. Sword damage first, I suppose. Which is a 1d6.
Yep.
3 plus 3 is 6, and then plus my thorny thing. Ensnare strike. Next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends, a withering mass of thorns appears. What do you need to do?
So the thorns. So I need to do a strength save, is it? What is... So, is Withering Mass of Thorny Vines appears on point impact, and the target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained. Now, what's the DC that I need to do? Against your spell save DC. So what's your spell save DC? Is that somewhere on your sheet?
Up the top, it's 12.
12. So I need to get higher than 12. I've lost my die. Cool. He gets a 15.
Boo.
Plus 3 to strength. So he's not restrained. But you also have you done your D6 and your 3d8 damage?
Not yet. I don't do the D6. That's on its next turn. At the start of its turn.
So it's not restrained, so it doesn't take the 1d6.
Yeah.
But the d6 for your short sword, and then the 3d8s. There's 2d8 for the radiant damage, plus a bonus d8 for being a fiend. So roll that.
What's the D8?
See, paladins rock.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
First one is 2. 8.
Yep.
And then the last one is 2.
So 12 radiant damage. Is that also plus your d6? What was the d6 for the short sword?
That was 6.
So 18 points. So 6 points of piercing damage and 12 points of radiant damage. So you just command this holy smite, and the room just glows, bright yellow and white light as you just cast down your sword on top of the Hellhound. And as you strike it, you just see the radiant light just becomes so intense at the point of impact, and just sort of explodes out, a burst of glittering yellow and white sparks that just shoot out in straight lines from the point of impact. The Hellhound recoils in pain from the holy undertaking it's just undertaken. It sort of falls down on 3 legs for a second and pulls itself back up. But you have really hurt it and really pissed it off.
It's not fucking dead.
So, Dodric, you can now do your extra 2 attacks.
Alright. So now I'm attempting the benefit of advantage.
Yep.
So the first one I got 13, but I'm gonna try and use that bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Oh, and I got a 6, so that's 19.
19.
The first one. Yep. Oh my god! And then I got an 8.
Yeah.
It's only my first.
So you roll damage on your first one.
Now that was a 9 damage.
Is that plus your sneak attack damage?
No, that's not including that. Extra. Oh, I get more now. 2d6. Oh.
A little D8 in there too.
So
20.
18 damage.
18, Jesus.
Nice.
So immediately after Chug's divine strike, you come at the Hellhound from the other side, and just with your sword with 2 hands, just come in, just sink it straight into its back, and you drive it deep into it. And as you rip it back out, you just see a torrent of this fiery blood just shoot out of the Hellhound, and it just stops and pauses for a moment, and then just falls on all fours and explodes into a fiery, sulfury mess. And
Oh no!
you are just covered
blood.
in explosion. And it's hot and it burns. Can you guys, Chug and Dodric, please roll dexterity
My
save?
God.
Not dexterity.
21.
8.
8. Dodric, you take 3 points of fire damage. Chug, you take 6 points of fire damage as you are just covered in molten mass, and it just burns across you.
Does it look like there's anything that I can bottle?
There is nothing left.
This is bullshit.
Go check your sheet. It says. That's how it dies.
Does it?
It does.
Oh no.
Evil to the core.
I just read the attributes.
So not evil to the core, or is it? When hellhounds feed? Oh, sorry. The
I don't
flesh
think
they
this has
consume
it.
strokes their internal fires. When a hellhound dies, that fire consumes the creature and its remains in a billowing eruption of smoke and blazing embers, leaving nothing behind but scorched tufts of black fur.
Great. So it hurts. It hurts. Can someone heal me?
Yes.
Or should we rest?
Well, we have that other cultist to deal with, and
Yeah,
is there not
he's-
another one
Yeah,
up the
but-
corner?
He's long
I'm in
gone,
pain.
that cultist.
No, the one up the top and the one down the bottom.
Well, they're not moving.
Okay.
You would need to go and see what's going on.
All right. There's a crystal still here, yeah? Or is it gone?
The crystal is shattered.
Is the
I want the
realm
pieces.
to the infernal still open?
Hey?
Is the realm or the portal to the infernal still open?
As the hellhound dies, you guys watch as the last of the portal just shrinks and disappears into nothingness.
Okay. I ask one to lay down in the middle.
I persuade you that you should do it yourself.
I've picked up the pieces. I now have shattered crystal pieces in my inventory.
I want to go loot these three dudes up here. Just have a good rummage, see what I can find, see what's going on, see how they died. I assume it's through cultish tactics.
I stand near Roderick and I cast Cure Wounds.
Yes.
Roll your
What do I
hit.
get?
Investigate this guy.
Jog touch. Roderick.
My name's Dodrick with a D.
Oh, whatever.
Orc.
You get heals. Shut up.
Yeah, but how much heals do I get?
A creature you touch regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your spell casting ability. You're not undead, are you?
I don't think so.
Good, because otherwise it would have no effect.
Cool.
So
So
do
you gotta roll. Now you roll.
4 plus, what was it, spell? Which is also, is it +4 on the spell attack, or? What's
Your
the
spell
modifier on the
casting.
die?
Your spell casting ability. So if you cast at level 1, I believe it's a level 1.
No, it'll say it on the spell. It'll say it right next to it. Mine has 1d8 plus 3.
Okay, mine adds 1d8 plus
Plus
2,
two,
so
so yeah.
6.
So what do I get? 6?
Yep.
Excellent. I walk up to you and I look you in the eye and I'm just like, you did good.
Choky, you're good.
You did good.
One, can I get you to make an investigation check, please?
At 13.
13. So all three of the bodies underneath you look like they've died from unnatural causes. There's no wounds or bruising on any of the bodies. The three bodies are all human male, all between perhaps 25 and 40 years of age, relatively young. Two have brown hair, one have blonde. Two of them are bearded. The two brown hairs are bearded. The blonde's a bit more fair. They're wearing pretty much rugged clothing, very similar to what Chug was found with, which is just a couple of robes over the top. There's nothing there's no useful possessions on them. You expect that they've all been taken before they've been brought into the chamber. Looking at the ground, you can see that there is, some drag marks through the dirty, rocky floor, and you expect that after each of the rituals or whatever that they've done, the bodies have just been dragged to the side of the cabin and just left there to rot.
You got all that from their driver's license?
But I want to have a look at this fella up here.
I also
Same
want to
deal,
investigate.
you know. I know how he died though. On his fat loop.
Again, I'll get you to roll investigation. Sorry, and what were you doing, Lefty?
Do I need to investigate? 'Cause
I
know
just
how
want
he
to.
died.
I just want to search the guy down here, see if he's got anything on him.
Yeah, can I get you both to roll investigation, please?
13 again.
13. You don't really find anything like physically on him. He's just wearing a few robes. You do a pat around. You find a coin pouch with about 7 or 8 gold pieces and about 20 or 30. Let's say 7 gold pieces and 23 silver pieces and 50 copper pieces. Aside from
What
that,
was that? I could add them to my things.
7 gold, 23 silver, 50 copper. You also, you do find a dagger underneath his robes as well. Lefter, what was yours?
I got a 21.
A 21. Searching through this fellow, you do sort of feel that he was perhaps the ringleader, or at least the instigator of this particular group. And he did appear for what he has got quite a large pouch of gold on him. He has at 27 gold pieces, 83 silver, and 13 copper on him. He also has a short sword equipped to his belt underneath his robes, and a dagger as well.
How much health do you have, Godric?
I have 11. Yes, I have 11 left.
Okay.
I'd probably not burn your spell slots. We could probably have a short rest.
Yeah, well, I did to heal him. I've still got some lay on hands. How much health do you have?
We're all, I'm at 11 of 21, but I'd say don't bother burning all of that shit. Just rest. Save up when we're about to actually die from evil.
Okay.
So you guys,
I'm going to. Oh, sorry. I was just going to say I'm going to deliver the dagger to Dodric and say, "Here, take this. I have no use."
None of the cultists had
Another
magic-proof vests.
no, they're just plain robes. Oh, sorry, you can do it
Yeah.
Arcana, but yes, they're just plain robes. You get the feeling that after meeting so many of these, you feel that there's quite a numerous amount of them. At the moment, the ones that you're encountering seem to just be disposable followers.
Were any of them dragon in the ones that we killed?
No, they were all human. And they all have the signet ring as well.
Okay. I'm going to investigate the corpse in the center.
Okay, so have a look at the corpse. I'll get you to roll investigation.
17.
17. This appears to be a young dwarf female.
Must have a short beard.
Again, draped in robes, no personal items. She does have dark brown hair, lengthy hair past the shoulders, and she does have a birthmark on her right wrist.
Okay.
A birthmark on her wrist.
What is it the shape of? Just a circle?
A
A swastika.
patchy circle. Yeah. Not an even circle, but yeah, just sort of patchy, but rounded.
Nice.
Also because you rolled high on the investigation, you believe that this may be Quora, which was what's her name's sister from the cave which Forrest went up with, Beth's sister.
Yes, that's right. I was going to ask the next one. Am I searching for a dwarf? But that's all right.
Alright, I say we have a quick short rest and, actually, I go over to here and I just have a look to see if it looks like danger is down there or if it looks all clear.
No. Sorry, roll perception. Let's see.
I forgot how to maths. 13.
13. You have a look down the corridor, you can see that it leads back into the chamber of where you were. And you have no sight of the cultists which fled.
Alright, and what do you guys reckon? Quick short rest to get all their health piece back, or?
Yep.
Alright. Let's do it. Short rest. Yeah.
I return to my love shape.
So who's keeping watch, if anybody?
I'm
me.
I'm probably the most healthiest. I didn't take any damage at all there, so I'm quite happy to keep watch during the short rest.
Yep. Anybody else?
And
I need healing.
I need health.
I'll get you to. Sorry,
Oh, go for it.
James. Can you roll perception for me while everybody undertakes a short rest?
Ooh, this is gonna be fun. This is my. It is a 5.
A 5. You're unaware of anything or anybody moving about during this time.
When we burn our hit dice, the three of us, we get a bonus 1d6 from my bonus.
From you, what?
I give out a bonus 1d6 if you short rest with me.
Okay.
Short rest. Hit die. 1d8. Total 3.
I heal 9.
16. I heal 16.
I
How many
heal.
dice did you burn?
Don't I just have... I have the total of 3. I don't
Yeah.
use them up or anything, do I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
Between long rests, you only get to use each dice once.
Yep.
Oh.
And when you long rest,
Well,
you
I
only
just-
get 1 or 2 back. Like it takes a couple of long rests, I think, to get all of them back if you don't use them.
I didn't know that.
I have to find
Okay.
that. A long rest doesn't immediately
Uh,
mean you regain them all.
I got a bonus 1d6 from you, was it? 1?
Yep.
You listen to his
One.
gentle music. And it
Or
makes
whatever.
you think-
We'll just say that I burnt them all because I'm crazy.
I heal 15.
That was like dangerous, sending a hellhound at us. You could have killed me. What are you doing, DM? Jeez.
It's not a walk in the park. Actually, I almost said something stronger at you guys, but I'm actually going to leave him for later. I've got him. He's tucked away in the side there, and I am super excited to bring him out.
Just make sure he speaks Infernal.
Fucking wisdom saves. Like, god damn it.
Make sure he speaks Infernal. I'm
I
gonna
called my other DM
persuade that
soft,
fuck.
and now he's got it in for me.
You learn more languages.
It's alright.
So you guys need to understand what a 15-yard cone means.
Yeah, so the way cones will work if we're fighting on the map is that, yeah, as if it's 15 yards, so essentially 3 squares, and they will go out on the diagonal, starting from the square in front of the monster. For instance, if we're doing a cone in front of 1, our cone goes out on a 45 out that way. If it's a 20 foot, it goes out 4 squares, 25, 30, etc. And then it would draw a straight line across and then touch that.
Flank him.
Daddy, that was 90 degrees.
No, that's 45.
What?
That's 45 degrees. So if
It-
you're doing a cone
He means a
attack,
45-degree angle from you.
so it starts
Yeah,
from the
but-
square in front of you, then goes out at 45 degrees. That's 45 degrees, Apples. That's 90. That's
Oh,
45.
yeah, so what you're saying is it's not a 45-degree cone, it's a 45-degree angle either way.
That's right. It's a
Yeah.
90-degree cone.
That makes more sense. I'm like, damn, that's wrong.
Unless I think that's how the cones work in D&D, is they do go out on that particular angle. I don't think that they go out on the 1-2 sort of shape. But yeah,
Cool.
find out.
Alright. I say we try and get through this hole and get the flock out of here. So we ended the cold. Why did we go into this cave?
You were just exploring, I'm pretty sure.
Huh? Well, we cleared the mansion.
Oh,
We
yeah,
found the
we-
magical staircase. We went down, saved Crank, and then we're like, oh, hang on, what's this going on here? So yes, we were just exploring.
Just to add to my collection, I take the leader's head, just in case there's a bounty. I mean,
Are you going to
Yeah, bless you.
are you going to mutilate the cultist? You're unsure if he's a leader. He was just the one sort of doing the commanding. Looking at all 3 of the cultist bodies, you're unsure, like looking at them, which one would be the leader. Like, he's no more decorated. He just seemed to be the ringleader. Also, the one
he
that
said that he noticed it was the leader.
you think he is the leader. He was definitely the one giving the orders to the dog. And he was the last person on the ritual to do something. But he's not decorated. That's perhaps a point to note. Also, you want to know how the guy died up the top. When you went and investigated his bodies, you could see that basically he'd beaten his fingers off his hands as he just smashed them into the wall. The underside of his palms are all crushed and just beaten away, and he snapped the bones just lower of the wrist as well, just from the sheer force of beating into the rock, and the bone is sort of protruding from the wrist as he's hit with this broken floppy wrist, and he's just split the bone through the skin.
Told you I'm a badass. So even though I was on watch for that short rest, I don't gain anything or do anything during that time.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm actually going to call the session here. I think it's a good point to work on for next week, considering somebody got away.
We ran out of map.
Plus, yeah, I'd like to draw some better maps and such as well. Also, more maps. I'm getting pretty quick at them. What do you think of the...
Are we done?
Yeah, we'll finish it up here. We usually finish at around 10, and I think just after a short rest is a good point to finish up.
That fight took a while, didn't it?
Oh, we're learning the Roll20 stuff as well.
Oh, yeah, true.
I actually think the fight went a lot faster with the Roll20. So that you could clearly see where you are and where you want to move to, rather than have to ask.
Yeah, that did help. Just having like a basic grid and layout of where people are in the room is good.
Yeah.
And like the way that you've drawn out that room as a circle, it's a bit different to how I imagined it in my mind when you described it the first time. I'm also imagine like this big rectangular dark room with like an elevated center and like so dark and shady that you could barely see Like, I don't know. It was like completely different in my head.
I wanted to do now. This is the problem with the maps. Like I did describe you like a red and purple light on the last session. I don't really have a lot of options to make that appear on the maps. I can just give you a visual layout of where everything is, but it might not be the right colors. I'll do my best to get the colors to it. And in fact, as I'm drawing the maps, I might even describe the colors as to what the maps appear. It just so happens that I described the room first, then went to try and build the room and realized I couldn't get exactly what I wanted. So I just got the closest I could. But yeah.
I love my Pally. I hate my Rogue. Pallies are great. I'm working with my DM. I'm hinting to him that I want like a Thor's hammer that I can throw and it'll return to me. And there is a hammer in the D&D universe called like the throwing hammer or something, and it's like exactly what I want, but it's a bit like higher level.
Yeah.
So he's thinking that maybe he'll introduce it into the game, but he'll put like a curse on it so that it's sort of weakened for the moment.
I'm trying to come
As far
up
as
with
like
some interesting items. I like the idea of being able to just create whatever I want.
You have to roll a strength check every time you throw it and return in case it smacks you in the face.
Yeah,
Oh.
you gotta be attuned to the mace or something.
I had an idea of a sword that just every now and then
You have to imprint on the mace.
it just gets too heavy and falls to the ground and you can't pick it up. But your hand's
That's
stuck
awkward.
to it. Like you can't ever separate
And then it
your
yells
hand
at
from
you.
it. Yeah, the sword yells. Actually, I love the idea of sentient items. I thought that'd be really fun.
Well, yeah, that's like built into D&D actually.
Yeah.
The other guy, Stefan, was telling me that that's like a thing that he might do, have a weapon that like abuses you or something.
Yeah. If you guys don't mind, I'd like to do every 2 weeks at least. Just because there is a fair bit to get prepared, and I'm also pretty busy at the moment.
What are you doing?
Hey, I'm getting married.
What are you busy
You're
with?
like, Jesus.
Planning a wedding.
It is pretty busy. Work's been
Right.
pretty intense, and it's been hard to do it. Plus, it's been hard. I've been burning out a bit on it. I just need a bit more time at the moment.
Do we need a
IT
alternate
sucks.
games or something?
Hey, no, I'm burning out on DMing, not IT. There's a lot to it.
How can you burn out on DMing? DMing is like work, but it's fun. IT is like shit.
It's fun when I'm sitting here in the chair. It's not fun the 5 or 6 hours that I do beforehand to try and get things going. Because I throw out a lot of ideas. I go, oh, this would be really
It's
cool.
fun.
And then I get to it, I go, nah, that's shit. And then I throw it out and I start again and I do something else from scratch. Besides
Read
other
the
times,
books.
hey,
Read the book.
yeah,
There's lots of just random shit in there that you can just live. Like, they've pretty much, they've got lots of little side quests and stuff that you can optionally like opt into, like depending on how the character's going.
I've actually been taking a lot of notice of movies and TV shows and just the way that they deal with problems, and then the way that the characters go off and deal with that, and also video games and story elements and stuff like that as well. I like to put in some sort of cliche sort of moments, as well as moments which you know are clearly from something, so they have that pop fiction reference in there, so you sort of know what's going to happen, but then maybe some interesting twists on it or whatnot. Now, I thought it'd be really cool to have like a Stargate or something in there, which is this portal with chevrons around the edge and just opens up and you go through it.
Did we break that idea today?
Hey?
Did we break that idea today?
No. I had that sort of planned. I've been wanting to try and start introducing the different planes. We're doing the Norse mythology and the separate planes. So what you saw today was a glimpse into Helheim, which is essentially hell, where your demons and fire lords sort of come from. Yeah.
Sweet.
Good job.
Cool.
Well, if you want to do that every 2 weeks, I don't have an issue with that. Do you want to maybe do like an interim game, like, I don't know, play Munchkin or something every second week or something?
Let's see how we go. Or
Mass
maybe
more, something all five of us can play.
after something quick. Lately.
I'll
World
have to
of
read the rules.
Warcraft. Let's raid.
Hey, well, we're playing. James and I are playing.
Oh, okay.
It's good.
No.
Come play.
Yeah, come play. Mythics are fun.
They're pretty rough, but they're good. I'll be back on a hang washing.
Oh, my
Have
music stuff.
fun.
The other thing I like about Roll20 is I can put playlists and stuff in, and play those playlists. For instance, I could have combat music or boss music prepared, or if you go into a funky town like a gnome town, maybe you got this really sort of bouncy, tinkery sort of music.
You could subtly start playing music and get heavier and going, oh shit, a boss is coming.
Yeah. The only problem is I need to know what the song is beforehand, and there's a stupid amount. It doesn't allow me to upload my own music. I have to pick from predefined stuff, I assume, for copyright sort of purpose.
Can you at least choose when to play it?
Yeah, like I can just start playing music right now.
Like Apples goes around the corner, dirt and dirt and dirt and
There you go.
just hit the soundboard.
I can turn it up. See?
Yeah.
But I just thought it'd be cool to sort of have something to break up the silence a little bit as well.
Yep.
Yeah. The Roll20 stuff ended up being pretty good. I was sort of a bit panicky. I didn't know how to add the background map and stuff in. But I ended up figuring out. The D&D Maps program, which I bought off Steam, allows me to export almost straight into Roll20, which is really good. Just has the image and such all ready for me.
Cheat and just use the Arcadia Quest tiles and make a really, really square map.
What I want to do before next week, because I imagine you guys are probably getting close to wanting to actually spend your money, is to come up with a couple of shops, or at least shop loot tables.
Just make it like a magic appearing goblin.
A traveling trader.
I'm gonna rob the
That's really easy.
stores.
I like Critical Role. They've got a cleric who has some sort of a bit of trickster in her, and she magically changes labels of the stores or labels of items. And so she changed the label of a herbalist shop to something fart. I thought it was really, really funny.
Does the sound quality of Critical Role get better? I found it really hard when they're all just constantly all just.
What
and
are you
can't
watching?
really pick out all the
Are you
people.
watching campaign 1 or campaign 2?
The podcast. I think I started at 1.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it certainly would. If you've started at 1 and you're going right through from there, they were very small back then, and that campaign actually ended up running for about 3 years, I think, or 3.5 years. There was some 400 or 500 episodes of campaign 1. I'm pretty sure. To the point now, if you go and listen to one of their latest ones, the clarity is very clear. And if you listen to or watch the show, I actually prefer to watch theirs now because they have the full D&D battle tables every time that they come out. The last one that I watched was really freaking cool. They were fighting in like this sewer sort of environment, like underground, and they had like a little fog machine that was sending out mist across their little sculpted battlefield that was on the physical table. And yeah, so they're moving through it, and there's a couple of little LEDs and stuff, so like making the fog look all blue, and yeah, it looks so cool. It was just sort of flowing out from the top part, and then just flowing down to the bottom levels. Looked really awesome.
Have you given Adventure Zone a go yet?
Not yet. I'm trying to get
It's-
up to date with Critical Role. I've even put There Will Be Dungeons on the back for a second. I think I'm 2 episodes behind with theirs. Have you had your
Yeah,
go with work?
No, first session on Saturday, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. Doing it in person, so more entertaining. And beers.
Is that D&D?
Yeah, Apples is
Yeah.
running.
He's running game?
Yep.
Wow.
You're going to use figures or?
Nah, I don't know. I was thinking make everyone bring a little Lego dude and go with that for starters, and depending on how it goes. But I've printed off maps, like the big world maps, because it's based in actual Thingo.
Yeah.
And it's got the town maps, and so it's really good because the books come with like a town map that the players are allowed to look at, and you can tell them where they can see up to and whatnot and all that jazz, and they say where they want to go. But it also comes with DM maps where it's got shit listed and all that jazz, so they can't see it, but I can.
That's all right. I'll actually have to have a look at that book. I totally forgot that I bought it for you the other week until you mentioned it
It's
today.
got lots of like when they're going from like A to B and just moving. There's a lot of
Fast travel.
random events that they can encounter, and you essentially roll a dice, whatever it comes up on the list they encounter, and you can tweak it to your liking. Like they've got, if your people are, evil, make this, or if they're
So it's a bit more like a drinking game.
That's cool.
In
That
the
means
sense-
the second
in the
time you play
sense-
that campaign, it'll be different.
Oh, the story itself will be the same, but yeah. So what's essentially the gist of it? All the guys that I'm playing with, they've decided to go evil or not be the best people. And the first campaign, the first section of the campaign has them walking into a town, and just as they're like, they cross the hill to get in, they see a dragon swooping down, destroying the town, and they're meant to go in and, do whatever. And they realize that the dragon's cultists and they're trying to loot the place, right?
Oh my god.
And they're meant to
That sounds just like our campaign at work.
Hey?
That's our campaign at work.
Is it really? Are you doing the Dragon Horde campaign?
Well, it's like, they're like people that are attacking, but they're like not dressed up as cultists or anything. They're dressed up as like normal people. And there's a lot of kobolds with them as well. And the dragon's not really into it.
Oh, so the dragon's going to be into it for a moment. They're going to die.
It
Oh,
just
no,
spoiled
we're
your
past
campaign.
that.
Yeah, there's
might
a
not be
bit
the
of
same.
section in it that
It could
says, warning, you could accidentally kill all your characters with this. But it's there's a show of power bit where it's meant to scare the shit out of you. That'll be, a couple of sessions in, but yeah.
No, we've already gotten out of the town. Like, we've left that town.
So you'll
Saved
be
it, and we're moving on.
where you're traveling with the caravan or whatever?
Oh, nah. The thing is, I think he reads a lot of different D&D things and he draws some inspiration from it, but then he modifies a lot as well. So he might have got the idea of the introduction, but then changed it all.
Yeah. So there's a bit of it that sounds boring as piss, and I'm just thinking I'm gonna skip over that. I'll just give them a few random encounters and be like, "Yeah, look, you made it. Well done. Congrats."
Yeah, traveling can be a bit yuck.
Oh, actually, that's not the bad bit. Go to I think it's chapter 3 in the book, and have a look at so they've got events that are traveling while they're doing it, and their aim of the things is to win over all the caravans, because afterwards they get in a nice nasty fight, and if they haven't won over enough people, they're at a huge disadvantage, and it's like potential death.
It's cool.
Yeah, so it should
Actually,
be fun.
I was hoping to knock one of you guys out with my Hellhound. So,
What, with an actual kill? I don't
no,
think you've
just to put
succeeded.
one of you on the floor. His only big scary attack was the breath attack, and he can only do that once every 5 to 6 turns. So it's not like he can spam it. Yeah, the other character which I wanted to use, he can do several big things in a row, which is cool. I thought it was probably a bit too much considering one of his abilities, if you did not roll the save could actually one-shot you with the amount of damage it would do. Like, it's outright death.
You were going to do that anyway.
No, no, not yet. So you fought a challenge rating 3 monster. I was originally looking at challenge rating 4s. So this was essentially a hard encounter, whereas the other one was more deadly.
We, just throw something that's not dexterity saving throw at me, and then I'm dead.
It's okay. I don't look at the party and go, I'm gonna pick this, so I stuff you up. I look at what's cool and what's fun to fight against. Friggin' dog that's on fire that comes from hell. Yes, that sounds cool. We can
Throw
fight against
anything
that.
that's not dexterity saving at me.
There's some
Everything
really-
else is good.
Yeah, there's some really, really cool monsters. So, and you guys are just fighting against basic cultists around the group. I didn't want to have the Hellhound have too much help. So you just had the the 1/8 challenge rating cultists, and they only had like 9 health.
Cultists didn't do any damage either.
Yeah, that's because they had 9 health. They were there that if they decided
They were there
to-
for the ritual.
Yeah, but if they decided to join in, they could perhaps do some damage. By being next to the Hellhound gets a bonus. So he gets advantage on his attack rolls, which I was hoping to use the cultists to do that. But you guys singled out the cultists pretty quick before going for the Hellhound, so I didn't get to do that. I liked your idea to
I
try
can't believe Lefner didn't tame it.
and... to say that, the Hellhound is evil to the core. Now, reading from the sheet here. They're smarter than mundane beasts, and their lawful nature makes them good at following orders. However, a Hellhound's evil disposition means that the creature can't be trained to do anything other than a ruthless killer. If a Hellhound isn't allowed to indulge in its malevolent hunger, it quickly abandons or turns against its master. So, yeah, I sort of went with it, but even if you had tried, you would not have succeeded in that regard.
Whatever.
It's alright.
So
Let's
we
summon
could
our
have been
own
lucky.
Hey?
Maybe if Jonah was lucky enough that he could have told the Hellhound to kill one of the cultists, and then it would have got bored and then
Well-
turned on us anyway.
I was thinking with your mind control, maybe you could have mind controlled the cultist leader and then commanded him to then command the dog. But
Yeah.
your command was just a single word, so that's a bit hard
Yeah.
to do it that way.
I can't do that yet.
Yeah, perhaps later
Maybe
on
I
you
can.
give more intrinsic instructions.
I think even just the one-word commands can be useful. Run, flee, drop, prone, just stop. Or I can just be an orc and intimidate them.
I'm a runaway.
No worries. I might go play some WoW.
See you, man.
So,
Catch
I've
you
got
later.
you. Bye-bye.
See ya.